So setup wise, as we said, just make sure that your feet are at least in line to where you want the ball to go. If they're aiming way to the right there now, it's certainly going to restrict your turn through the ball. You'll find this right foot now will jump forward. Sometimes you may hoik it way left, or obviously create a big sort of slice off to the right. So the importance of getting your feet lined up can't sort of be emphasised enough. Really, if we can get in a good position to start with, you've got a fighting chance. As we said, in terms of the swing wise, what we're looking for now is to try and keep that left wrist a bit flatter. Now I'm going to just pause the club here. This is where we can see the swing comparison with the club face again. It's not going to be much different, as you'll see in a second. I'll just show you the difference there. Okay, so what we're looking for is the left arm and the club face to be in line, which yours are. If we look at your left arm there and your club face, that club face now is slightly pointing down. Not much, we're talking 2 or 3 degrees. Look at the angle of that club face to that club face. That's a 2. Yeah.
Flatter, isn't it?
If that stays flatter, we maintain the club face in position. Your left wrist isn't as cupped. There'll be a little bit of a curve there, but the club face for me there, pointing more up to the sky there, as opposed to pointing there, is how much less open, shall we say, your club is. Okay. And when we come back to the golf ball, we'll see it again now as the club's coming back in. Just before impact here, we go back to this frame. The club now is actually almost pointing this way. The club face is actually in that direction, pointing out there, wide open. Compare that to the same position here, just post impact. We can see the club face now is a little bit more in that direction. So the club now is starting to square up a little bit. We're talking 4 or 5 degrees, but 4 or 5 degrees impact, Richard. It's a big difference to where the ball's going to go. As we come through the golf ball now, we can start the golf ball, as you can see, sort of more towards your target. And that golf ball now, just by the sort of direction it's starting, is a more direct hit, and you can finish nicely up on your right side, dab on the toe, left foot releasing through. Whereas this one here now, you can see the contact as well. Because you're throwing your arms outside, that's probably going to catch the heel of the golf club there, isn't it? That club now is a long way over. Yeah, it's more actually more over this side, catching the inside part of the club, which will give you then the old sort of Hosley one that goes way left, or the slice off to the right there if we're not careful. So getting the feet lined up straighter, get yourself in a better position with your body. Overall, the actual movement in your body, so from lesson 1 to now, the movement in that body is a lot better. You're starting to, I mean, you never really got that right foot up on its toe really before, did you? Because partly you couldn't, because you're aiming too far to the right, and secondly, with the ball too far back in the stands, if you did, you'd have been behind you to the right there somewhere. So now the ball's moving gradually forward. I think you're probably now 80% of where your ball position should be. But progressing it bit by bit, so it still feels comfortable. It's not doing too much too soon. Okay, that club face now is probably again about sort of 65-70% of where it needs to be. Hence why you're getting a little bit of a fade rather than a straight shot. But once that club face then gets in a straight position at the top, the information you're going to come back down to the golf ball now is a lot squarer with the club face and a more direct hit as well. If the club face is open coming across the ball, it's more of a glancing blow.
So 2 things for me. It's foot position.
Feet alignment massively,
And secondly, it's more of a flatter
at
the back and swing.
Exactly. You want your left wrist to be pointing up to the sky a bit more, so this club face now is pointing up more. If the club face points over here too much, it's because your left wrist, I mean, that to me, that'd be a perfect backswing. But because you hinge the wrist a little bit too much, and in that sort of tendency, it goes a little bit too far down here, okay? But compared to before, where you were sort of way down there, there's a real big sort of overswing on that one. Now you can't see it as easy from this way. If we were looking from this direction here, you'd see a difference in the sort of the swing being there to about there. Okay, so it's slightly shortening, but it's not shortening by you swinging less. It's shortening because you can't go any further. Your left wrist stays flat. Then you've got 90-degree wrist. If you cup it this way, it's got loads of range of motion. So that's kind of sort of the telltale sign. If you can see the club outside your left eye corner there, you might be able to sort of, whether your left eye vision, you might see the club at all. That's not. Forget that. Then you can't use that, can you?
I'll go on wrist feel.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes you might feel it. If your left wrist doesn't quite, you can't quite get that feeling, you may feel it more in your right wrist, or feeling your right palm to the sky more. So that same movement there, sort of like you're holding a tray up here, that right wrist flatter will keep your left wrist there rather than doing that. So obviously you couldn't hold a tray with your right wrist there, so that sort of feeling there. So maybe one way with a different position, just to get that sensation, because after all, we're just trying to find a feeling, Richard, to get the club in the right position. And again, from your point of view, it's going to feel a bit more static, robotic, and less movement, which, like you said, will feel better for you in some ways as you swing the golf club.